Hi friends, welcome to Testing Tutorials Point. This is Lokesh and today we are going to discussing our new playlist for hybrid framework. Hybrid framework using Python, Selenium. And what are the technology we are going to use, right? Python, Selenium with Pytest. For reporting purpose, we are going to use for Pytest-HTML and parallel execution also we are doing, and also we are going to do for POM page object pattern. Okay, and also HTML report. This is all the things we are going to use for the technologies. Okay, this is our main heading and this all the topics. Okay, and before that, what exactly we need to do it before starting in a project? What we need to know that before starting project means we need to know about the framework. What is framework? A framework is nothing but to maintaining automation files and also uh, in the framework all the files will communicate with each other to perform some certain task. The framework, all the files will communicate with each other to perform certain task. For certain task purpose we are going to creating for the framework. Okay, these are the main points. Okay, and also what will happen, any file we can maintain in, right? On automation, what are the files we are going to creating, that framework will maintain everything. Okay, each file some action to it will perform some action, and some files have some dependency. One file, another file, it was dependency. The both the file will execute some task and it will give some result to the users. Okay, what is the main goal of automation? It's like a reusability and also maintaining code. Okay, reusability of code and maintaining code. What is reusability of code means? What are the code you are going to create without creating some duplicate of code, without creating duplicate code, that is called reusability. And maintaining means any control like control system like Git or svn, like this means Git or svn is basically maintaining our code repo. One person can able to work, like not only one person, multiple persons can able to work into one project in one repo. That moment what will happen, if a person is created some new files, he is keeping in his local. If some b also he created some new files but is having a dependency on a person. Okay, what will happen in this case? You need to come to this person and give the pen drive or something to transfer the files and again re-updating the files. This is not a good way, right? In case tomorrow he deleted it, it is completely will be collapse, right? Then this Git or SVN can store our data, which is the data we are going to create, right? In automation, all the things we can able to store into a remote repo. In that remote repo, all the persons can able to access each other, then they can able to work in a same repo without asking transfer the file. That is a main advantage. That is called a maintaining type. Okay. What are the types basically we have in automation side means we can able to like in the frameworks. What are the frameworks we have? In the frameworks, what are the types also we can present? We have, there are two types. One is built-in frameworks and custom frames. What is built-in reports means we can able to say in Python side is like Pytest, okay, robot framework, and we can able to say unit testing. This all the things will come under our built-in frameworks. Means whenever you created, it is having own framework structure. Okay, no need for dependency and all. Okay, and custom framework level we can able to say data driven and keyword driven and hybrid frameworks. And also we can able to say Cucumber framework also one of the member. Okay, this all the frameworks we can able to say custom frameworks. Okay, before we are choosing and what are the things we need to do, prerequisites. Now we saw about what is a framework and what is the main goal of this framework and what are the types of frameworks we have. We saw about it, right? Now, what are the things you have to do before choosing your application side for a framework? Okay, the phase we can able to say here, first phase we can able to say we need to do for analysis. Analyze that application. Analyze that application. And also we need to choose the technology. Which technology it is a fit. And also we need to check team skills. Okay, team skills also we need to check. And after that we need to choose test cases. What test cases we need to do in automation type. Okay, this is our first case. What is analysis? Whether which type of automation tool we need to use it and what kind of application this is, whether it is fit for the application, if it is not fit for the application to do for automation side or not. These all the things it will come under analysis side. Okay, and once we can able to see whether it is fit or not, whether we can able to do it or not for that application to that automation, okay, then we need to choose for the technology. Before choosing the technology, we need to check for the team skills. Before choosing technology, we need to choose for team. Whether what type of skills already present a team member having skills. If nobody not having something skills, like some skills are they have Java and Selenium and test engine. This is a skills team members having. But client is asked to do Python, Selenium and Pytest. He told that this is the three things you can able to use it in automation. And now the team don't have a knowledge on this thing. And if you give the training and if you do for automation, it will be time consuming and also cost up, right? The client will not be accepted. Then what we can able to do, and we can able to choose a technology. Then what will happen? We need to take the team members who having a knowledge on Python, Selenium and Pytest. That person is having the knowledge, then it is reduce the time to learning, right? He can able to start directly. What all the things he can able to do, then he can able to play around that framework, right? Then we need to choose test cases. What test cases we need to start? The first priority. We need to choose the priority test cases. This test case can able to help you to resolve our remaining test cases to time for creation of automation script. Then we can able to choose it. Okay, that is a one kind of choosing the test case. One set of test cases we need to choose. Then we need to do for all the automation scripting. Okay, maybe we'll get over some question. Can we do 100% automation? I can able to say no, because what will happen? Sometimes some applications will not help you to do some automation. the specific some test cases may be something that is not able to handle by using automation. Maybe that moment we can't able to do it, right? That is a one case we can able to say this particular test case we can't able to automate. Then we need to check it with the manual testing. That's why we can able to say 100% is not possible. But some applications without any dependencies not present, like something Windows handling or something some different kind of mobile application testing. This moment it is not happening, right? That is a one case. Also we can able to take 200% is not possible to do it. Okay. Then and we need to do for second stage like design and implement framework. We need to start for the framework design and implementation. What are the folders we need and what type of folder structure it need to be there and what are the things it need to be there to see the entire project structure that we need to design. Okay. Then once we design the framework, then we need to start for execution on framework. After creation everything, then we need to do it for execution of the each and test cases. Okay. The fourth one is maintaining. We need to maintaining by using for SVN or Git repo. By using Git repo, we can able to maintain our source code. Okay, these are the things we are going to do it. Once we done, we choose that framework. Okay, the framework is hybrid framework. Once you choose the framework, what we can able to do? First, we need to understand the framework. What all the things will be there? The framework, which is hybrid, right? Hybrid is basically the combination of data driven and keyword driven framework. It's a combination of data driven and keyword driven. What data driven can do that first? Data driven is basically a data stored into Excel file. A data stored into Excel file. In this Excel file, we'll get the data from Excel and then we will execute for our automation scripts. Okay, once automation scripts are done, then we can able to create our reports. Okay, this is the process. And keyword driven, what we can able to keyword driven also one kind of thing. It is stored into data into Excel sheet with the keys. Keys is nothing but like X path and Y, what are the paths, right? Locators and data, everything we are going to store into Excel file. Nowadays in the market, nobody using, not much using for this hybrid framework and data driven and keyword driven. Okay, because nowadays everybody is going for Cucumber framework to implement their automation. Sorry. Now what all the things we can able to, the keyword driven also it is having to store for all the data into Excel file and we are going to consume the Excel file value and we'll do for automation. There is a problem here. What will happen, right? In something the X path or something in a locator name or something web element is missed out or changed in a web application. That what will happen? We need to search step by step where it is fail and then what we need to modify that path itself. Otherwise, it will take like a huge impact. Okay, and finding the failure is a very complicated on these frameworks. Data driven, keyword driven, hybrid framework. These are all the things like very complicated to find the failure reason sometimes. Okay, if you implement perfect framework, then it will become very complicated. Some real-time application, what will happen? They will create a more files for each one section. Then what will happen to understand that where it is going? It is very complicated. Okay, very complicated. Then what are the things we can able to create in our hybrid? Now the components we can able to say components we need to choose it, right? components. What are the components we can able to create? First we need to create for functional library. Okay, then we need to do for Excel sheet to store our keywords. Okay, then we can able to design our test case, and then we need to do for object repo. And once it is created for object repo, and we need to do for test scripts or driven script. We need to write it and we need to run it. Okay, this is a component level we can able to do it. Right, once we componented is done, then we need to do for, we choose for the framework, and the framework, what are the things we require to install into our location. Before going to the location, first we need to identify that softwares. Okay, we need to identify the software and project structure. Okay, first we need to understand that project structure. The project structure, what are the things it is required, and before project structure, what all the softwares we required, software to install it. What else we can able to install? We can able to install for Selenium, and then we need to install for Python. Once you install the Python, we need to do for Pytest, because we need to use for Pytest. And once we run the test cases, we need to get 4 reports also. We can able to use for Pytest-HTML. Okay, and then we can able to use it for parallel execution purpose. We can able to use for Pytest -x xdist. This one it will give you for parallel execution. Okay, then we can able to execute install for openpx pyxl. This is the reading for Excel file data. Okay, these are the softwares we need to install it before that. Okay, and then we need to create for project structure. Here we are going to create for project structure. What project structure we can able to create? First we need to use it for project name, and then we need to use for page objects. Page objects package we need to create, and test cases package, and utils package, then data test data folder. Okay, and then we need to use for some configuration, that configuration purpose one folder. Then screenshots are helpful to create our failure or success for that screenshots. Okay, then we can able to use for report folder, and we can able to final one run.bat file. This will run.bat file will help you to run your test case by using for command prompt. Okay, then we can able to create, once we create the project structure and everything, installation everything done, then we need to create for automation script. Once we create the automation script, then we need to capture screenshot. Okay, once you capture the screenshot, then we can able to read common values from config file. Okay, once you get the config form, then we can able to adding for logs. Okay, once you run the once you get the created logs, and then you can able to run your parallel text execution. Okay, once you create the execution, then you can able to create for test data reading code in utils. Utils you have to create. Okay, this is the last step. Then we need to use it for to commit the code into a Git repo, and then run into Jenkins. Okay, these are the things we need to do it. Okay, then we'll start for installation into our one by one software. Okay, for installation I'll tell you one by one. Okay, before you installation all the things we have to install for Python. Okay, first you need to install into a Python. Here it is having Python. I have already installed into my local. Okay, that's why I'm going to show you in the documentation source location. And here you need to search with the Python downloader, and top it will comes and download, click that, and then it will give you for latest version. If you come little bit down, there are stable versions, and if you come to the down, you can able to see all the versions available here. You can able to scroll down and you can choose for which version you want to install into a Python into your local. Okay, once you click that exe, and if you download after that, then you have to do it. And then double click on that file and you will get it for this location, and take the path of that. Once you get the path, then you can store into some other location, then click that particular line. This particular line you have to click it. Once you click that customization, it will start for installation. Once you done the installation, it will go for this particular concept wise. Okay, then we need to go to the location. I'll open PyCharm also, then I'll start here. C drive, users, user, app data. Okay, yeah, this app data is basically is in a hidden field, hidden folder. Then you need to click on a view and check box that hidden items, then it will display. Okay, once it is display, just click on that and go to local and go to program files and go to Python, and there our folder, copy this path into a notepad. Okay, then click on scripts, copy this location. Once you both the copy the two configurations, click on control sorry, edit edit the edit the system environment variables. Just hit it and click on environment variables and choose the Python path folder. This is the path. Click on that and click on edit and paste it one by one here. Okay, one here and another one here, like that. Okay, two rows, two path. Both if you're done, just click OK and click OK and click OK. Once you're done, just open for CMD, use for Python space hyphen version. Just enter, it will provide for your Python version, which version you have inside that. Okay, then you need to start for PyCharm installation. For PyCharm installation also, you have to go to the Chrome or any browser, which browser you have in a local, and search for PyCharm downloader. PyCharm downloader. Once you click that, it JetBears, it will come in the top. Just click on that. It will give you for two things. One is communicator and another one is professional. Okay, choose for community editor and download this one. Once you download this one, click on double click. Once you click the double click, you will get for one script like this particular pop-up. Just click on checkbox and click on continue. Once you done the click on, it will ask you for this window. Just click on don't send it. Once you click that don't send, it will open for this particular window. Now you completed for Python and PyCharm. Okay, then what else we need to do it? We need to do it for installation of Selenium. Okay, for installation of Selenium, you need to open for CMD, and here you need to maximize here, and you need to use for pip install -u Selenium. Once you enter like this, and if you enter for that particular enter box, and then you can it will install into your local. Okay, my case, it will give you for the requirement satisfaction. Okay. See, previous mine is like 4.8.2 is there. Now it is updated for 4.9.0. Okay. Then we need to use for pip install Pytest. Okay. And enter. Once it is success, then it will give you for successful. Mine is requirement satisfied. Then again Pytest-HTML because of report we need to do it. Okay. Once it is done, then we can able to use for XDIST. This is for parallel execution purpose. Okay. Then we can able to install for OpenPXL. PYXL. Open PYXL. This is for reading for Excel file data. Okay. This installation is completed. Okay. Then we need to create for project structure. We need to create for project structure. For that, we need to use for PyCharm. And click on new project. And here is hybrid framework. Nothing to choose anything, just click on create. Once you start the click on that particular window and you can able to see it is all like it is loading. It will create for virtual environment into your local. Okay. Now your ID is become ready. Then what else we need to do? And we need to reinstall into a pip location. Now we need to in the PyCharm location also we need to install for all the softwares. How we can able to do means click on file and click on settings and click on project Python interpreter. Click on plus symbol and search for Selenium. It will become a top. You can see updated version 4.9.0 is there. Just click on install. Once it is done, then we can able to see for success message here. It is taken time. Yeah, now it is installed done. Then we need to use for Pytest. Okay, for Pytest also we need to install here. Then we need to do for -HTML because we need to create for HTML report for that. And we required for XDIST, that is called parallel execution purpose. Okay, you can able to see Pytest XD plugin for distributed testing. Most important cross multiple PCUs. Okay, then we need to use for Open PyXL. Open PyXL. This is for reading for Excel sheet. You can able to see Python library read and write for Excel 2010 or above versions anything. Okay, once you start the installation, now installation is done. Just click on close button and click on OK. Okay, it will load for everything and it will create it. Now it is completed. Okay, installation is done. And now pip Python location and project location. Both the places we are done for installation. Then next step is we need to create the file structure. And here right click on a project, go to Python package, and then provide here page objects. This is my package. Okay, then we can able to create another package that is called test cases. Okay, next test case, after next test case, what we can able to create, we can able to create for utils. Okay, once we create the utils, oh, file it is come, sorry. Utils package, then we can able to create for directory for test data. Okay, and also we need to create for configuration directory, configuration directory. Then we need to right click and create the logs directory, and we need to create for screenshot. Now again we need to create for reports, and final report we need to store it. Okay, and also we need to create the file that is called run.bat. Okay, this is a file we are going to create the project structure. This is a one format of creating all the structure here. What are the things we discussed in our previous videos, right? In all the things we are created here. Okay, then first we can able to create on sample example creation of the login page, not login page, it's like a home page verification of the title. Then we'll go for login page creation and all. Okay, and here what are the things we can able to do it here means, first we need to create the object location. We need to create one file, right? I'm going to create one file login page. Okay, login page I created. Okay, the login page, what application we can able to do it? My application become Mercury Tools. Just I'm copying this Mercury Tools. Sorry, that URL we are not going to copy. Sorry, and here we need to create our code here. Okay, and this particular objects we need to consume purpose, we need to use it here. Another file that is called login file. We need to use for test underscore login file. Okay, this is my login file. Okay, now login page place we need to import for some import Selenium, import WebDriver, and then from Selenium dot WebDriver dot comma dot by import by. Okay, these are the two things we imported. Then we need to create one class to create the objects. Login underscore objects. This is my class. Okay, and this class, what are the things we can able to create? This is the objects for login page and all, right? Just I'm creating for objects now. I'm going to do for login validation into a next video session. Okay, and here is inspecting this particular element. This is a username. Just I'm going to use for txt. Txt indicate for text box, and I'm going to use for login page underscore name attribute. Okay, name attribute value, and txt underscore login underscore pwd, that is called password. Okay, the password, what password it is provided for the locator, we can able to say, but password also it is provided for name only. Okay, and here we can able to use for name attribute and password text box. Okay, then we can able to click for submit button. For the submit button also we can able to see submit is the name of that. Okay, now it is btn button dot login underscore click, sorry, attribute, right, name. Now we created for the objects. Now we need to initialize the driver. We need to initialize the driver. Why we initialize driver means somewhere something like this particular file we need to consume other location. All the things need to work into the same browser instant means we need to create for some initialization of the browser. For that initialization browser, what you can able to do, right? Def underscore underscore init, and here you need to provide for driver. Okay, then we need to use for self dot a driver equal to driver. We are going to make the reference of that particular driver. Once you make the reference of the particular driver, then we need to create for each object's function. Def set username, and I can able to provide here username and comma. I can able to provide this particular path here. We'll see later. And here you can able to self dot a driver dot a find element and mine is by dot a name, and I can able to provide for the value. Okay, then we can able to use for sorry, send keys also we need to use it too. Now before using send keys we need to clear our data in a text box. And then use it here, send keys, send underscore keys, and what is the one username you need to reference. Okay, the same two things I'm going to do it for password, and also I'm going to do for name also. Sorry, here I mentioned for double quotation. We should not use the double quotation because it is an already value is present. You can see now create a local parameter. It will comes here and just you can able to use it for that particular path of that. Okay, similar format you have to use it. Okay, password also similar format you have to use it here, comma password equal to that particular password, and we need to provide here okay, and here is pwd, and here also we need to use for pwd. Okay, then we required for login button equal to login button, and then we need to use it here login, and this particular line is not required because of we are going to click the button will never clear because it is don't have any access for clear. Okay, now we done for methods creation. Okay, Then we can able to go ahead into the login place, and we need to create our file here. Okay, before I'll create this all the objects here. I create for page object model. Now I'm going to create for accessing that. But before that, in this particular video, I'm going to verifying the title of the home page, which exactly it is presented in that application. I'm not going to log in. I'm not going to show you here. And next video session, I'm going to show you for that. Import Pytest, and from Selenium import WebDriver. Okay. Once you've done, now I'm not going to importing that particular packages, and here I just am going to use it. Test underscore login is my class. Okay, and here I'm going to use for base underscore URL. What URL we need to use it, and this particular URL. Okay, then we need to use for username. Your username is basically a McQuery. Okay, I'm going to use for McQuery in a double quotation, and password. Okay, now password and username and everything I created. Okay, now I'm going to verifying for my test data. Verifying for underscore home title. Okay, and this is called a self. I'm going to maintain def colon, and we need to write it here. What we need to write, we need to define our driver. Okay, self dot a driver equal to WebDriver dot Chrome driver. Okay, this is my driver. And then what we can able to, we can able to get the URL of that. Okay, self dot driver a dot a get. What exactly the base URL, self dot base URL. We got it for base URL, right? Not required. And once we get it, and we need to get the title of the page. Okay, for that getting for the title, we can able to use for self dot a driver dot title. Okay, this will get for the title. Then I'm going to use for self dot driver dot close for that particular one. Once it is closed the driver, then I'm going to use for if title is equal to sorry, title is equal to certain value. What type of value? This is the one header, and this is a welcome to Mercury Tours. And I'm going to specify here. I'm going to use for assert true, else assert false. Okay, now this is the test case for me. Okay, I'm going to run for this particular test case, and we can able to see whether it will pass or fail. Okay, and I'm going to use for Pytest to run Pytest -v-s. -v is a verbs, and -s is a source of the file. And I'm going to mention for folder name, that is called a test cases slash and test underscore login dot py. This is my file. Okay, just I'm going to enter no test provided. Why this one it is created? It's not required, no. Def test underscore verify home self dot driver equal to webdriver dot chrome. Self also not required. Mm-hmm. 1 minute. I just a small modification I done. That is a new file created. Okay, that is not working as expected. Every time it is showing for it's not initiated. Then I created for the new file. The naming convention is like a test underscore login test cases.py. This format I created. Then the same validation, nothing different. Okay, even you can able to check it up. Base URL it is getting, and username and password is we are not using right now. That's why I'm not using. Just hit it here and you can able to provide the same test cases. Pytest -v-s test cases slash test underscore that file name. Okay, then once you hit it, it will open your browser and it will close that and it will verify the test cases got passed. Okay, this is the simplest format of login and not login, it's a home page verification. And next video session we'll see for how to login and all we can able to create and then we can implement for our remaining steps. Okay, I hope it this particular information will help you to understand for that hybrid framework. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and don't forget to share your friends and colleagues. Thank you.